Hello, good people. Just pulled up in Boston with my girl Margo. This is going to be a vlog that's all about our podcast taping. As you know, we have a new podcast called
JustUS.
And we just finished running some errands, handling some business. We are officially business partners.
We have a bank account, people, so start paying us.
Exactly. Run us our money, please. And so now we're going to go to a consignment shop, and I will take y'all with us.
I've been thinking that it's something I can fight for. Maybe something I would even give my life for. And I'm dreaming of a new start. Something telling me that I should cop a new heart. On the elevator going to the wrong floor. I'm a gluttonous for punishment, I want more. But I'm gonna break all the rules. I'ma work hard and pay all of my dues. My name is Bishop and I got the juice. I am somebody you don't wanna lose. Fingers is bloody, dripping in blood. Why do I do what I do it for love? Just for your honor, you are my drug. Whenever I strike, I do not wear gloves. Cause peacefully I give you every piece of me. The beast of me dies, but here's the recipe. A little bit of trust and a little bit of luck. Mix a little bit of love and a little bit of us. But I always try to clean all the diamonds in the rough. And no matter how I clean, it can never be enough. But you doing it for me, you will never be tough. And I'm the one dripping blood.
Just left... Wait, what's it called, Em?
Finer Consigner.
Finer Consigner. They had some really dope stuff. They had an LV Speedy, like the classic
Finer
OG.
Consigner in Newton Center.
In Newton Center. They had the LV Speedy. They had a bunch of Chanel bags. They had Chanel ready to wear and other designers like Erdem. They have some good pieces. The buy is more than decent. So I'm excited to continue to stop by. I feel like consignment shops are like places to go for like treasure hunting. Mm-hmm. So they didn't have any shoes in my size because I got big feet. But now we are headed to dinner with Cassandra. I will drop her handle down below, but y'all will see her. You probably already know her. Sis has a YouTube channel. Sis also is on Instagram.
A new mama.
Well, mama to a new baby.
Mama to a new baby, but an
experienced mama. And just one of the flyest, one of the realest to ever do it. So we're gonna pull up on her and have an amazing time at dinner. I'll check in with y'all again soon.
But the adrenaline gets your blood boosted up.
Hey, I have my friend. Tell them where to find you across socials.
The Cassan Edit, TheCassassanedit.
I'm telling you why I love her.
Instagram.
Oh, YouTube too. Yes. Let me tell you something.
Back.
Well, you really never left because I feel like your work is archival. You know what I'm saying? Like, only the real can relate. Like, we already know. We know where to find you.
All right. She said it. I didn't say nothing.
So all of her content, y'all, has been so inspirational for me because it's like having the tenacity to find the thing that you want at the price point that you feel most comfortable shopping at. So if you want tips about how to find luxury more affordable, this is where you need to go.
We're not finna go bankrupt for luxury, guys.
Absolutely not. We got
don't go buy that $4,000 Chanel.
Because you ain't gotta have it. She gonna find it for you. Actually, I think you should have like a consulting business. I think I told you this before.
You did. You absolutely did.
Yeah, you just like
she did.
Charge like 10%.
Look at that. Put me on.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
She's
we need
ebooks. Chanel bag.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because somebody like me, like I don't have the patience, and that's where I go wrong.
Oh, and I totally have.
Yeah, you can do it for the long
once you have
haul.
credit,
I will lose sleep doing this. Okay, I will.
All right, y'all. So we just had dinner. We are walking through the Boston streets. We are on
She's
Newberry
in Boston.
Street.
She's in my city, you guys.
and she's not hating it.
No,
well, I mean, catch me in January, and it's gonna be a whole different story.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, my Floridian ass is gonna be like, "Girl, take me to the house. I'm not coming outside."
Her jacket's open now. At dinner, we had dinner outside, and she definitely zipped this bad boy up. Okay.
When we got there, she was like, "Why are you sitting?" I was
She didn't say a word.
You just saw the action.
She did. She's like, Cassandra wants to sit outside. I was like, can we sit by a heater?
I wanted to sit inside.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, I was like, we're sitting outside.
Oh
She
my
said, "Wants to sit outside."
We're like real Bostonians.
Yeah,
Exactly. I'm
poor
like,
girl.
it's below 70. It's cold out here.
No, it's cold. It's cold.
Great. Oh, okay.
All right, y'all. We will check in with y'all tomorrow during the podcast recording. Hey, Mari. What are you building?
I'm building a circle slide. Let me show you again. This one more time.
Okay, one more time. Show us how it works. And she's off. One foot, another foot.
It's like
She's climbing over every mountain. And you made it. You did it. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Mari, do you know the song? Our day is beginning. There's so much to do. Mari's hair is giving Jim and the holograms this morning. It's giving straight 80s exercise.
What?
Welcome to the next day of the vlog. Today we are going to film the podcast at Video Garage, an excellent studio where we film. I will put their information down below in case you all need any video or audio work. And I'm going to show you my pajamas that I'm wearing. My OOTD. I forgot my pajamas and I'm wearing Margo's pajamas. Do you mind, Margo? Margo's going to show you what I'm wearing.
I don't know if I want to be known for these pajamas.
It's not the pajamas, it's the fact that I'm twice your size. It literally looks like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I'm also wearing her shoes, which are huge on her and still too small on me. My God. We've made our way to our podcast studio. Margo has an updo. You want to show us your updo, girl?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you look at over the shoulder. You better. So we have actually just finished filming our first episode. We are down at the Video Garage, which I mentioned. I will link their information down below. Our first episode was all about reproductive health. We talked to a medical provider, an OBGYN, who does all things reproductive health, including abortions. And so, of course, the conversation also stemmed into the importance of access to abortion as a form of reproductive health care. And so, y'all stay tuned for that episode. This episode is about to be about joy and grief, and let me show you a little bit behind the scenes of how we get things done for the podcast. She's on the team. She's part of my starting five. I call it a starting lineup. This brings us to White Toenail Season. The Justice listeners might not quite know what that is. White Toenail Season is a movement. We have a manifesto. It all started when my cousin asked why my toes were also always white. Because thoughts had white toes. And I said, thank you, I love thoughts. And for folks who don't know, a thought stands for that hoe over there, okay? So the idea is to reclaim what it means to be a hoe and to be pro-hoe from a sex-positive way that also welcomes bodily autonomy from a reproductive justice lens, right? Bringing all this up to say, this is Margo, this is serious. It is a real and figurative place.
No, it's amazing. And I am so into being a thought ally.
Thank you.
Josh is too. My mom is too.
Yeah, your mom had white toes.
My mom has had white toes almost for a year. And last time we went to get a pedicure a couple weeks ago, she was like, I feel really bad, but I'm not doing white toes this time.
I love it. I love this for her. Mm-hmm. And so our manifesto, really, Margo, came from a call from the Thotrin, a call from the people. Yeah. and they needed guidance. I think of it as, certain holy texts, the Torah,
I know the Torah.
yeah,
I mean,
the Quran, Bible, all the Abrahamic religions, and then we have the Thought Life Manifesto. And so, number one, thou toes shall be white. Mine are currently white. Check. This is why they got sucked, right? Number two, thou shall be glowed up. This doing your self-care work. Number three, thou shall have D-diversity. Yeah, D-diversity. Working on that for sure. And number four is that thou shall leave them on red, which means like never give anybody too much of your time and attention because it's white toenail season.
what advice would you give to people who don't get the benefit of D-diversity or leaving them on red?
That's good. That's good. So this is something that I've had to work on, to be fully transparent.
Of course, you were in an 8-year engagement.
An 8-year relationship, and things were not always hot and spicy, and I had serious medical issues as well during that time.
But
and
I also think, yes, you absolutely did. And that's also, I think, something we need to normalize.
yeah,
That in a long-term relationship, there's going to be hard things that happen, both physically, emotionally, geographically.
yeah,
And there's also just the burden of having to share a life with someone,
yeah,
right? Like who's paying the bills, who's going grocery shopping, who's cleaning, which are decidedly unsexy.
yeah. And it's not always easy to divide labor and for both parties to come at the end of the night to come to bed feeling like whole, like feeling like, I put in my part, you put in your part, and you feel like this sense of desire for one another. I think that can get very difficult. So I think my advice for people who want to spice things up, what I wish I would have known is that I was making it way too difficult.
Oh,
I was
talk more about that.
I was making it too hard. I think that I was feeling very guilty about the moments that I had a low libido or low desire, instead of just welcoming it as the phase that I was in at that time, understanding that I wasn't going to feel that way forever. I truly internalized it as my body was broken, as I was broken. And that wasn't the case, right? It was the season that I was in. Part of it was the partner that I was with at times, right? It was a phase of life that is gratefully over because I've claimed something different. And so I think in relationship, you can do the same thing, claim something different. And I also think that people are not being transparent enough about what they desire from one another. We had a great sensual touch workshop at the White Toenail Season retreat this year. And one of the things that I took away from that is the importance of transparent communication. I think that there are a lot of women who are not climaxing in relationships.
I think the data is staggering.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I don't even know what it is. It's the majority.
It's the majority. And I wonder to myself, do they not know how, or can their partner just not help to bring them to climax?
I think it's probably both.
Well, because you know what that is too. It's the fact that we
don't expect it.
We don't, but in a hetero dynamic, we also divide sex, right? It's like foreplay and then it's the sex. In a same-sex situation,
It's just sex.
it's all sex.
Oh my God, I had never thought about it that way.
It's all sex. And so what it might take for me to climax in foreplay, I might miss out on in a hetero situation if we're just like going straight to penetration. But that's not even a thing. I mean, obviously penetration can be a thing no matter the gender, but it's not the primary thing in all same-sex relationships, especially among two women. So I think people have to be honest about what they like. What if you really like butt plugs, Margo? You should be able to say that. I would love that for you.
Why? I don't want that for me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're good on that?
I think.
All right. Well, I mean, check on your strong friends. Sometimes you got to ask, like, girl, you want a butt plug? You have to ask these things, Margo. Because I don't trust you to ever say it.
That's true. I would never.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that. So I got to ask you, how are you feeling today? Do you want a butt plug? This wine is delicious. And just like that, our filming day is over. We have wrapped up season 3 of the podcast. Our second 2 episodes were tearjerkers. Definitely cried. One was on joy and grief, and one was on letters to our former selves. I hope you all are tuned into the podcast. It truly is a labor of love, and hopefully a source for some laughter, some wellness, inspiration, and it attacks social justice issues that we face at a big age. And so hopefully I've had a chance to drop some of the podcast footage into this vlog. If not, then my friend, make sure you're following us over on YouTube and really all over the internet for justice, feedback for justice. Oh, leave us reviews, all the things justice related. Also, I will link where to find Margo Lindauer, because she's a very, very big deal. We had a great time at dinner with Cassie last night, who y'all would have seen. And again, I'll make sure all of her socials and websites and things are linked down below. In the meantime, you will be proud to know that I am actually early to the airport.
So early, in fact.
Not ripping and running through the airports, okay? I'm gonna sit down, have a drink, settle into this weekend. Today is Friday, and I'll see you good people across the internet.